Would you go to a Diddy party?
Yeah, but now keep in mind.
I'm going to.
In all fairness, there are different kinds of Diddy parties. I've seen Diddy parties where children were there. You know,
I think that was the problem.
well, okay. Let me start all over. Let me start all over. Where, say, for instance, you use a person's home and their families in the home,
Right.
so it's fun, legitimate. 8 p.m.
Right.
Lots of food.
Right.
And music.
Okay.
Then there are
Is that the one you went to?
Yes.
Oh.
That's one of the ones I went to. Now, I've also seen the ones that last longer than 8 or 9. And my secret has always been, first of all, I don't go anywhere without my woman. You know, I think don't go anywhere alone. I swear to you, if you have the rule of not going anywhere alone, you don't get in as much trouble. It's very rarely does somebody say, yeah, me and my boys were hanging out. I ended up with a dick in my ass. You know, it's like, it's rare. Rarely happens.
Right.
If you got
Sometimes by accident with baby oil.
if you got your road dogs with you, you take your woman with you. It's when you go someplace alone and stay too long, and that's when trouble happens. But
So the problem with being alone is you can end up with a dick in you.
I just was making sure Jack was listening.
Yes.
But the bottom line is
That's a whole other group. That's Sonny in the Backpack.
the broke backpack.
Yeah.
I've been to dinner parties at Diddy's houses or different places. I've never been to the ones that I know you're hoping that I can talk about. And that's the ones where there.
I don't hope. I want to know.
1,000 bottles of baby oil. First of all, that sounds like a good way to keep people from leaving. Because if you got a lot of baby oil, it ain't nobody going nowhere. You know,
You're
you
just
start
slipping and sliding. You can't turn the doorknob.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't get out.
You can't escape if there are 1,000 bottles of baby oil being used. That's a lot of oil.
Yeah, and it's not like you could just say, like, if somebody claims that you did something and go, I slipped.
Yes.
I just slipped in.
His attorney, though, said that he probably just bought it from Costco.
Costco. That was a great. I'm sure Costco.
I think if you go to Costco, they don't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil right now.
I would imagine the two. They got to read another ad again. Costco says.
Were you surprised at the charges, though, or did you hear like rumblings ever from anyone that he was not a great person?
I always heard the rumblings. And I witnessed an interesting conversation during a commercial when I did Celebrity Apprentice. Okay.
And he's the winner of Celebrity.
We'll talk about
that. We'll talk about that.
I won Celebrity Apprentice one year. And
when Aubrey O'Day was on.
I was on that year.
Oh.
I saw that.
It was year 5 or 05.
She's been very outspoken about her feelings with Diddy.
And here's the interesting conversation in the room. Mm-hmm. She says some negative things about Diddy, and I'm listening. Trump chimes in and defends Diddy, and that surprised me because usually Trump don't defend nobody but himself. And for him to speak up and say, well, I like him. He's a good guy. I've never had problems, blah, blah, blah. And he gives him a full-throated vote of character. And Aubrey says, well, that wasn't my experience. And she says the opposite and says he's a horrible person. And I'm listening to this, and I have no idea one day this is going to play out in real time. And, of course, this is that month that it's playing out.
Wow.
But Trump liked Diddy.